What's going on, my friends? We are going to go plow out this job site. We're going to try and use the skid steer. The reason why I say we are going to try is because if I didn't put sand down on the road yesterday, as I did, it definitely wouldn't get any traction. So there's sand down on there. We're going to hope that that gives us traction and we can plow with that little beast. And then we'll put sand down again because concrete's coming. The idea I want to talk about today is taking a job or starting your own business. My buddy downstate, good friend of mine, has an opportunity, not sure what he's made on the decision yet, but to either close his doors on his company. He's been going for about a year and a half, 2 years, kind of officially, and go to work for a contractor doing the same thing. He'd be a foreman, get a truck for $105,000 per year. May have changed it to 80 based on experience, but don't know the latest and greatest on that. The idea with this here, though, what I want to share with you guys is it's a big decision because it's partially like there's safety involved, meaning, you know, you could feel more safe working for someone with that company truck, the guaranteed income. But I really want to stress this to you, that you are probably less safe, meaning guaranteed income, meaning weekly paycheck, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever it is, working for someone than you are working for yourself. And that doesn't mean everybody. I mean, there's a certain point we are all sort of wired differently. Some people are wired that you just are better off as an employee. Some people are wired more that they're better off as their own boss, an entrepreneur, business owner. So you have to take that into consideration. To check that out for yourself, kind of see where you fit, go to 16personalities.com. I'll put the link below if I remember. Take a personality test. It's free. I think it's free. Should be free. And it'll tell you like a pretty good outline and description of what job, what you would most be best suited for as far as a position, how to work with people, your type of overall best position that will serve you and serve others equally as well. It's a good, just something to know about yourself so you can make better decisions moving forward. So there's that part there. Knowing your personality helps out a lot. So back to this offer. He's got $105,000, $100,000 a year. He's probably going to work 70, 80 hours a week. But he's going to get a truck, going to get benefits, all that whole 9 yards. So we know that he's going to not gain necessarily, we know that he's going to get XYZ, that deal. But, and this was part of his dilemma, what could he potentially lose out on if he did not take that job and continued to run and grow his own business? And that number right there can be hard to identify unless you do what is called a pro forma. So look it up, Google, if you want more details about it. I'm not a pro forma expert, but I've done about 3 of them. One official one when I first got started, and then 2 others. I do them about twice a year. I just did one recently, like last week. So a pro forma is, all it is it's a projected expectation of gross revenue, expenses. You can get as detailed as you want, expenses, purchases, all that stuff. You can do it 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. You pick the year number, but ideally for most small businesses, new small businesses, probably under 5 years old, 2 to 5 years old, or 0 to 5 years old, do at least a 1 year, but a 3-year projection. If you go to get a loan for a bank, they require a pro forma. But what it does is it puts numbers down, and they are just projections. A lot of times, especially in this industry, there are no guarantees until 6 months out. You don't have these long contracts, 5-year, 2-year long contracts, and a lot of the contracts that you do have are just based on good relationships, which is potentially better than an actual written contract. Different topic. So do this pro forma. You write down all your expected work, or the amount of revenue that you expect to generate based on past experience, based on your marketing, based on your specific situation. You write down all those expected reasonable numbers, and then you take away your expenses, and then you come up with your net profit. So that number right there, those net profit numbers as they increase over time, that number will be enough to, one, get a loan from the bank. In my buddy's case, it'll be enough to help him realize what he potentially could be losing out on if he did take that job. Or it could potentially show him like, man, this is a really good opportunity. I'm just going to do it, because I'm not going to make that much money, or I'm only going to make 10 grand more, 15 grand more for X amount of headache. There's a lot of personal variables that only you can weigh out based on those numbers and that data that you get back. So do a pro forma. The other thing I told him that he's got going for him, and this is basically for anyone who is under, I'd say, 26 years old, who's either started a business, and wants to start a business. You have, in my opinion, until you're 30 years old, because that seems to be the number when we often really get our roots, and as men, we often find kind of who we are and what we really want to do, okay? And significant relationships happen at that time, girls and all that stuff, kids come along. We have our entire 20s to make mistakes, take big risks, and learn lessons that will be incredibly valuable to you moving forward in your life. And when I say take risks, I'm not saying take risks like go bungee jumping or, drive really fast, although I did that, or, be damn careful, don't drink and drive, don't do any. I'm not talking those stupid risks. I'm talking risks like sticking it out for another year in business. I'm talking risks of purchasing maybe, on credit or whatever, a little bit more than you think you can handle. Because worst case scenario, and while it is bad and I'm not suggesting it, worst case scenario, you go under, you go bankrupt. Like, you can't make your payments, they take your equipment away, and you're left to repay X amount of dollars in equipment costs, okay? Worst case scenario after that, you can't afford to pay it back, you don't have a way, you claim bankruptcy. And again, it's not, the best way to go, I'm saying, but it is a way to go. And at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world for you, okay? So your 20s are great, your late teens, early 20s are a great time to take risks in business, to learn, to network, to grow. And you can afford to make mistakes, both in your time and, most importantly, if you frame them right in your mind. If you look at, okay, I'm going to take at my 20s, move forward, and take larger risks than my friends are taking, because I want that success. And that success is only based on your perception, and that success is based on what you call success. So don't let anybody else tell you what success is. That's your own definition right there, period. Okay, so in order to get that success you want, be willing and confident in yourself to take those risks, and whatever those risks may be, okay? That's my, I guess, motivational, positive rant this morning, and we're heading out. Look at all this snow. We're going to Florida in like a week or something, I don't know. I'm freaking stoked. Like, finish this job up, be done, get out of here, go warm up for a couple of weeks. It's going to be great. You guys rock. Live Q&A. If you want to do a live Q&A, comment yes below. We're going to come up with a date very soon, probably within the next week. We'll do the first one, maybe do more. It's going to help everybody. I enjoy answering your questions. It's good for me to share. It just helps me. It helps me analyze my own thoughts, and I enjoy helping you guys. So if you want that to happen, live YouTube live stream, we're going to answer your questions for you probably 7 o'clock one night Eastern Standard Time. And comment yes below if you want to see that, if you want to be a part of that. So That's it. You guys rock. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, and we'll see you on that live stream. See ya.